Hello and welcome to Unarticulate Podcast. I am Erica and that's Cody, and we are your hosts on this shenanigan train.
Yeah,
And that's
that's
it.
what we are, I guess. Yeah.
We are a bunch of shenanigans, a bunch of chaos. At the end of the day, it's all and and that's it.
Uh huh.
Yep.
I didn't think we were going there. Excuse me as I drink my Baja Blast, not sponsored by Taco Bell.
You Baja Blast. So how are you? What's life like? What are you doing? You're in another hotel room.
Yes, I am. I am out in northwestern Pennsylvania, just living my best life, I guess. I had some Taco Bell, and it's been so long. I was not living Moss until now, and now I am living Moss again. Um, what's been up? I had so many things that I was like, I need to talk about this, and then I forgot. So I'm gonna look at my phone, seeing if there's anything that's going to remind me of, hey, that's what you were gonna talk about. All right, first of all, I already got it. Here it is. Um, so rear view mirrors.
Yep.
Yep.
Everybody has them.
I was like, I'm waiting. Yep, we're gonna confirm. So TikTok, this beautiful place, right? You got TikTok, right? I know the answer.
Yes.
Yep. So there's this TikTok trend of like things I buy on Amazon or things I recommend on Amazon. Have you seen those?
Yes.
Awesome. So I fell into the trap, and I never did before. I was like, I don't need this. I don't need the random things. But then I was like, I'm getting this thing. So it is for your rearview mirror. It's a universal panoramic foot long rearview mirror, and I just scrolled through all my photos instead of doing what I wanted to. So to show you the difference, which I'll talk it through. So in this first photo, you can see that there I am. There's my phone, and then that's kind of what you see in the traditional rearview mirror, right? So you can kind of see the top of the headrests for your back seats. The whole frame of your back window, and then like a little bit out of there. So again, this is what it looks like there. Sorry for the reflection. Is that the way? Yeah. So look at how much more it added in just that with that panoramic view. So
Did you just want to be able to look at your face?
No. I just no, a lot of what I thought of it for, plus you can also see that I'm sitting up a little bit more so you can see more. It covers a little bit more of your blind spots. You can see just a lot more, which is kind of nice, but spatially it messed everything up. Like, I thought I knew my car, but now the things that how it's always like things that you see in the mirror are closer than they appear or whatever. It's so far distant, like your the back of your, or the very back of the rear view mirror, like as far back as it looks, is so far. It's crazy. Like, things look tiny, but they're like right up in the back of your vehicle, like they're gonna hit you butt.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
So 10 out of 10 out of 9?
Yeah. No,
10.
out of 10, I would probably give it practicality. This is probably great for parents. I could see that being like, I can fully see my children and all of the BS that they're doing back there. So I would give it, for my purposes, a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Because I get a lot more field of view, and I like that I can see my blind spots on both side mirrors, but now also in the back. But again, that downfall of having that vast difference in the whole purpose of the rear view mirror, the rear being a lot farther away, it seems. Yeah, I would. That's probably its downfall. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. I'm like, is that all that happens in my life? Yes, that is correct. I buy things on Amazon, and that's the extent of my life, I guess. No,
Okay.
I've been doing the interviews crazy stuff. Um, I'm interviewing places. If you didn't gather my poor choice of words, that's kind of what everything's been about lately. Was dressed nice this morning. I used the school colors for the school I applied to, and I was like, hopefully they pick up that, you know, I'm dressed appropriately for what they'll need in the future. Probably isn't going to work, but whatever. Um, so I used to work at. Thank you for your can interaction. I used to work at an amusement park, so Knobles.
Yep.
Are you just gonna look at me the whole time? I need your context. I need to
I
know
like
what
got distracted.
this is a
I got
dialogue.
distracted.
Come back to me.
I got distracted by my Canada Dry. I'm sorry.
It's fine. All right. So
Like,
Knobles.
hold on. The back half is like has a weird texture. Like it, like you know when something's dirty and it has like that like rough texture on something smooth.
Yes.
That's what the back bottom part of the can feels like, and then everything else felt fine. And I was like, I'm confused by my can. But yes, you worked at Knoble.
Good. I'm glad your presence is still here. I was like, this is very one-sided. I guess we'll just go with it. Uh,
I was nodding.
yeah, but audio-wise, they miss you. Your fans miss you.
Do I have fans? Me and my masculine sounding voice,
Yes, you do.
my deep lady voice.
Okay. So I used to work at Knobles, and I
Yep,
hate going there because I worked there full time, kind of.
that's
In the
also how I feel about Walmart.
yes, yes, I concur. Um, I'm still haunted by the season, the winter season events, and holidays and all the things like
Yep.
Black Friday. Just I feel a cringe in my neck when I think of Black Friday. Yes. So Knobles. I went with my family, my sister and my nieces and my brother-in-law, and we had the fun. I guess it was like really really
We had a
hot.
fun.
We had a fun. It was very hot. We were there not that long because heat is real, and after being inside for a year and a half, going outside is not always the most fun thing.
Well, look who's inside again at Bo
Stop.
Burnham.
I know that was so good. Ten
That
out
was
of
so
10.
good.
I may or may not have been listening to what's it called? All Eyes on Me. Like there's
Uh,
sometimes where I'm just sitting there and nothing will be happening. And I just look around and I'm just like, get your fucking hands up. And I'm like, oh my god.
get him out of the seat.
Like no one needs to raise their hands.
No.
There's something about the aggression of the get your fucking hands up.
Well, and it's like it's beautiful because it's this breakdown of this man that we all felt during COVID. Of him just being trapped. If you haven't seen it, I'm sorry. Uh, but of him just being trapped inside his house and he like finally got the courage because when he stopped doing stand up like live stuff he was just like I'm done, I need to figure out my mental health and I'm never coming back to this, and then he finally got the courage to do it and the pandemic happened so he couldn't go back outside, so he made that, and it was just like you could definitely see the themes of like what happened in the pandemic, but you could also see the slow breakdown of this man like being stuck inside and not being okay. And I think
Yeah.
that was beautiful. I also think Bo Burnham just proved to everybody that he is single handedly one of the best filmmakers now, like
Mm.
independent filmmakers now. Filmmaker, producer, director, all of it.
Is
So
this
it's
the
so
bad
good.
part where I call out that he didn't produce that, but he did everything else?
Then sure, he didn't produce it.
Sorry.
We
I was
have
like, do I do
corrections
that guy
for a
right now?
reason.
I know. What I will say is he is one of the more serious iterations of White Jesus. Like it happened. He was White Jesus
He was white Jesus for a second.
for the whole thing. I mean, yes, more directly one part, like yeah, there's this is totally happening, but that whole time he was White Jesus.
Well, he didn't have a like his beard wasn't as
White
pronounced in the
Jesus.
beginning.
I will call
And then
everything
his
White Jesus at this point.
and then his hair wasn't as long.
Mm. As needed per White Jesus.
Yes.
Oh gosh, we're gonna lose all of our religious-based people because I keep, you know,
So you keep saying white Jesus.
yes,
I literally dated a
as if there's
guy.
another type of Jesus, right? And I'm just like, yes.
I mean, Jesus wasn't white, so like, there's that. Uh,
Anyway,
I dated a guy in undergrad who his selling point to me was he's like, I'm an edgy Jesus. And I said, okay.
you were like, well, that is so attractive. Like,
I was like, this is confusing. I feel confused by this because he had like tons of tattoos. He had like piercings and gauges, but he had long ass hair and a big beard.
speaking of confusing, imagine coming home from a hard day's work, not having sex with your wife, and then she's pregnant. Anyway, anyway,
But yeah, so you went to
I'm just
Noble.
like, oh yeah, yeah, it was fine. I'm glad that I'm spending more time with family through the summer, but I'm also just like, I want my own apartment. I want my cat to not wake me up at 5 o'clock in the morning with the zoomies. Um, that is something that's been happening a lot. Is the zoomies? Um, yeah, I'm very tired
I bet.
all the time. Uh, ooh,
Ooh.
ooh, puts hands out so far. My friend recommended to me, weird jobs are real. We do weird jobs for money, right?
We're basically paid creeps.
Okay. Well, that's
Like,
a strange way to put it.
let's be real. We're paid creeps. We have to know everything and anything about the students that we work with on a regular basis.
So side jobs is what I'm getting at.
Oh.
And my friend recently became a full time, uh, what's the word, like, design curator for that Stitch Fix
Oh, yeah.
program thing. Yeah, she does that full time, and she works from home. She does 8 hours of work in 3 hours, and then sits at home and gets paid about $18 an hour for working 3 hours across eight. And I'm just like, so how do you do that? And she's like, well, I had to make basically what it's like a Pinterest board. She had to do that as part of the interview, and then she had an interview, and then there was a third part, from my understanding, that she had to do. And I'm just like, so yes, you have to prove that you understand fashion, I guess. My degree is in English, so fashion in terms of book sleeves.
I'm gonna say one thing. I tried Stitch Fix and I and I didn't like it
Mm,
because I felt like their
that's
products.
interesting.
I felt like their products weren't made well and they cost a stupid amount of money.
Mm, okay.
And I was like, I'm not gonna spend money on something that's not made that well.
Mhm.
And like, granted,
Well,
you can take it back or you can return it and everything. I didn't like the process. I would rather pick out my own stuff. So if you like people curating things for you, then that Stitch Fix will probably work for you.
yeah.
Stitch Fix did not work for Erica.
Well. First of all, it's probably because you're paying for random people to work full time from their house to design your stuff. That's maybe a piece of it. But what I will say is, I know Amazon has some type of they have the Amazon wardrobe or something, and I think you can get curated outfits and stuff like that, which could be a good way to get inspiration to buying yourself those things at places you like.
You
Also, I
know,
mean, you could walk down, the way that you can walk into, like, I guess we're old now and malls are no longer relevant. But like you walk down, the alleyway. What am I saying? In a mall, and you just see all of the mannequins with all of the sides
it
on.
sounds like a goddamn horror film.
Okay, all right. I'm
You
sorry.
walk down the alleyway and you see all the mannequins.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Coming at me. What time is it? It's not even. It's not even. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. So I guess you can get aggressive. Um, Well, no, I just, like those are curated styles for you to see how things could be worn, just old school, non-digital.
Yep. I recently drew fashion fashion inspiration from my Bitmoji.
Oh, okay.
She's very stylish right now. Well, I like her style, but I also created it, so I'm a little biased.
I do love that you called your Bitmoji her and like isolated it from yourself. I'm very intrigued when people do that because, all things are meant like you're taking on that. So it is you, but it's not.
Yeah, it's not
The
because it's
fact
a fictional thing that I have
it's still
created to
me.
my likeness in my image,
So it's you.
but it's not.
Okay.
Does she have a conscience?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
What
is
is
a
it, Cody?
simulation.
What is this
We're living
conscious?
in a simulation. You're simulated. This is very meta. You are simulating that, but you're also being simulated.
What about a soul? Does she have
You're
a
not my
heart?
dad.
I am your dad.
I'm sure if you like digitally split her right at the chest, there will be a heart in there.
She'd be hollow. There's nothing in there.
Ah,
Your
that's
Bitmoji
so.
has nothing in it either.
Yeah, you're right. Just out of curiosity, I'm gonna see what my Bitmoji's doing. Um, he's looking down. He's just like, "Hey, how's it going?"
All right, take a
What is it?
screenshot of that. We'll add it to the Instagram that we
Well, here, I'll
sometimes
put a
post
good
on.
thing. Is there anything that's like I'm podcasting?
Oh, I
Well, we're
forgot I
currently
had
at
my
the.
I forgot I had mine on ghost mode, so she just has a ghost face in front of her.
Oh, well, since we're podcasting and we're talking about what's going on, I put it as HMU for hit me up.
How do you do that?
You like press it, and then there's a way for you to like, if you press your person, then it tells you
Oh.
like all of the updating it. Yeah. Yes.
Oh.
So
How
yeah,
fascinating.
I guess to sum it up or to put a bow on it, I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Go per usual. Have not watched Loki, and I'm curious whether I will ever watch Loki. Obviously, I will. It's on my list. It's just it's totally dismissed itself from my brain. I'm ready for this vacation. Technically, I'm interviewing across the whole vacation, but I scheduled in a day for me to just kind of do my own thing. I've never been to Erie, Pennsylvania, so we're going to explore. And that's it.
And that's it.
And that's it.
And that's how the cookie crumbles.
Oh my gosh. So, you, with your glasses.
Me and my glasses. Sorry, I had to take a screenshot of my Bitmoji so that I could send her to you, or you
I was
send
going to
yours
send
to
mine to
me.
you. Yeah.
Okay. Um, so what is up with Erica? My parents were here because we celebrated Anita's birthday. Happy birthday, mom. And that was
Okay.
nice. And then, so like that was nice. It was nice. I was glad that they were here. And then some like crap things happened. So like my dog was an asshole and got into a minor altercation with another dog, and that was a nightmare. Um,
Storm.
yeah, went through a lot of emotions that day, and then the following day,
Hmm.
I lost train of thought. The following day, my car, I drove to kickboxing and then drove back and was going to pick up food for them, for my family, that they put an order for because I was like, oh yeah, try out this place that I really like. And on the way to pick up the food, my car started to overheat, and I was like, oh, that's not good. So I
No.
immediately pulled over and turned it off because that's what you're supposed to do. And then I'm looking up stuff, and I called dad and was like, Dad, I need you to go pick up the food because my car overheated and I'm on the side of the road. So he did that. I managed to get back to my apartment because so you shouldn't drive with your car overheating because it'll really mess up your engine.
Yes.
I had like weird confidence that I was going to be able to make it back because I was like a block away from my apartment anyway. Um, so I looked up instructions on how to like kind of write it out. So one thing that you can do is you don't blast the air conditioner. You turn the air conditioner off and you blast heat, so it takes heat off of the engine.
Oh, I bet
So
that was fun.
yeah, it was hot. It was so hot, and it was after I had just worked out, so I was gross. Yeah, it was a time.
Imagine
So
being gross and hot.
just hotly gross, grossly hot.
Flaming trash.
Flaming trash. You see that dumpster fire? Yeah, let's throw some more fire into it. Let's put
Yep.
some lava in there. That's what
Oh my
Erica felt
god.
like. um,
Oh
so
dang.
I know I got back to my apartment and we realized that I had no coolant in my car, or at least no coolant in like the overflow tank. So Dad ended up putting coolant in it, and I've been driving it around casually. Well, today, um, just to like have it checked out and everything to make sure that everything's running okay. I took it to the dealership that was closer than the one that I normally go to. The one that I normally go to is like a 30-minute drive. The one that I went to today was like a 9-minute drive. Um, so in that, I got there and they're like, "We're
What
pretty."
was that laugh?
I don't know.
I
I
take my
got.
car.
I became Cardi B for a second. It's fine. When I took my car and dropped it off, and they were like, "Yeah, so are you gonna wait?" And I was like, "No, I can figure. Like, I'll figure out a ride home." Not thinking that everybody is on vacation today.
Yeah.
So I dropped it off and I called my one friend and he texted me back. He was like, "I'll call you in 5 to 10 minutes." And I was like, "Okay, dope." And then me being stubborn and pigheaded and Erica just decided to walk
Mm.
back to my apartment. So I walked 3 miles in 45 minutes and I have never been so hot and so dehydrated because I had also just come
Wow.
from kickboxing when I decided to do this endeavor. I had just come from kickboxing, so I was already trying to refuel all of the water into my body. Whew, it was a time. And then some lady yelled at me and told me that if I kept looking at her, I only looked at her once, but she's like, "If you look at me again, I'm gonna wring your neck." And I said, "Okay, so this is how today's gonna go." Dope. So yeah,
Oh,
it's been a
so
fun
the
time.
major takeaways. One, you can run out of coolant.
Yes.
Two, it's gonna escape me.
Don't
Oh,
blast your air conditioner, blast your heat.
catchphrase of the day: blast your heat.
Blast your
Number
heat.
three, blast your heat. Number three, don't exercise because then your car will explode. And that's it. Yeah.
No, that's not it.
Yep.
No. So I'm still carless, but I feel better about it now. And then my all of a sudden today they back paid me all of my unemployment stuff for being furloughed.
Mm.
So that was a nice little boost of like, "Oh,
Ooh.
surprise."
I mean, continue. I may or may not check my bank account. You take a sip. You take a sip. We know you're out of energy.
No, I'm good. I
Um,
relaxed.
you'll
I
never be
ate
hydrated.
cold I ate cold meat with no bread today, so like deli meat with no bread, and was like, "This
Mm.
is my life," because I didn't want to eat anything hot because I felt so warm and grumpy. So
Is
yeah,
that a
that's
weird
it.
way to say that you're what?
What did you just say?
My brain just stopped.
you like
I
you
was gonna
started to
make a
say
joke
things.
about meat. I was gonna make a joke about meat and be like, "Huh, you eat meat?" I don't know. It was gonna be really stupid. I'm just gonna shut up, and it's over.
Okay. Well,
Yep,
now we're done. That's it. That's all I
we're
have
done.
to offer.
We're done.
We're
It's
done.
done.
We're done podcasting. We'll see you
It's
next
done.
week.
No.
There's our life updates. We don't have any urban dictionary of the day.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
There he is. He's back now.
Urban
Wait, what were you
Dictionary.
gonna tell them from last week?
I don't know. Ooh. All right. The word of the day is back on my bullshit. Definition 1. To be back on one's bullshit is to return to a state at which you were truest and most vocal self, with a renewed focus on authenticity and a decided lack of fucks given for others. Or definition 2, it is the act or process of accepting your inevitable return to the self defeating and impulsive behaviors that have historically hindered your self actualization, but from which you cannot and no longer desire to escape.
Me
I've,
every day.
yeah, that was, I feel attacked. I'm in position to read. That's very like monkey like. And I'm just like, hmm, you know?
I don't know what's
Huh.
happening right now.
I don't know what's happening either. I just got into like elbows up to, you know, what is this? This is your shoulders to shoulder
I don't
level.
know what you're pointing at because you basically
I'm at,
pointed to your entire chest area.
yeah, I just rubbed my thumbs across my clavicle to tell you that I was thinking of my shoulders. It didn't make sense. I'm also at like a 180 degree. I don't know what's happening. Um,
Cody's trying to fly on the crama. What? The camera? Yeah.
that's not how birds sound.
That's not
All
how
right,
birds sound at all.
so we're gonna take a break.
From what?
Oh, yep. So everything you're about to hear, you better be ready for this. Everything you're about to hear is not real.
Okay.
We're doing it's ad time. We don't have ads,
We don't have ads.
but
To
we're
be
gonna have
fair,
ads.
I'm not gonna lie, to be fair, just so that
True. Also, I'm glad you. Well, no, I did say, we're gonna be doing fake ads that aren't real. So I'm glad you said it the way you did because that's not true at all. Because that implies that someone gave us money, and that didn't happen. That didn't happen. So that's okay. Take your time. It really wasn't that funny. Uh, I'm just gonna dance on screen by moving my shoulders, because now I know what shoulders are. Stop! You need to drink because you're dehydrated. Well, you can't spit it out. Don't spit it out. And that's my opinion. Take it or leave it. And that's how I feel. No. All right. Are you ready? All right. Fake advertisement. You can have small call-ins. Like you can add, right. Yeah. Well, in the same way, I have it pretty well narrated out. Okay. All right. All right. I don't know how you start ads. So Nick, insert music here. The Sopranos, The Corleones, Al Capone. You love your mafia films, but why not also love your home, where the violence isn't taking place? In a time when we are home more than ever, it is time to enjoy what's on your TV and what's behind your TV, your wall paint. We're proud to introduce our partner, Mafia Paints. Bring violently beautiful color into your home with top quality Mafia paint. Some top colors: a previously bloody bleached linen, vintage Camorra, and Gambino yellow. To be honest, Erica, I just painted over the weekend after I couldn't stand the boring, non family threatening teal color it used to be. So luckily, I found Mafia's paint pale, soft, sea life blue called the Codfather. It really finished the job. So, in the wise words of Lucky Luciano, all you need to paint is some tools, your enemies terminated, and an open canvas. So, all of our listeners can enjoy 25% off their first order of Mafia Paint at mafiapaint.com/unarticulate. That's mafiapaint.com/unarticulate for 25% off your first order of Mafia Paint. Every can is bloody beautiful. Open fire and load up. Thank you. Yeah, open fire. Like, no? Okay. Yeah, like mafia movies. Yeah. This isn't part of the ad. Take it or leave it. gonna sit here. Oh my gosh. Don't turn this into something it's not supposed to be. It's a fake ad, Erica. It's not real. It was meant to be funny. No, you looked at me, you squared up with your words, and you said, domestic abuse is not funny, Cody. And I was like, I literally said that the color of the wall was blood red. I did not say anything about violence in the home. No, I am talking. You know what? We're never doing this again. It's over. It's over. This is it. This is it. I know. We're gonna be like, hey, this place is that. Well, here we are, and everything just stopped working, and now we're back. So,
Welcome,
so
welcome back.
thank you for coming back after our ad, our fake ad.
Our fad.
Did you have an ad?
No,
Okay.
because I didn't get your messages. I didn't create one because I've been running around with car stuff and other nonsense.
Can you please fumble through a fake ad related to selling car coolant, or is that too much for today?
Car coolant.
Yes.
Have you ever just been stranded on the side of the road?
Well, yes, I have.
And did your car just feel really hot?
Yes, it has.
Well, luckily for you, with our brand new car coolant at, yep, I can't think of a name,
Oh,
at
that's
No
my
Name
favorite car.
Auto
Oh,
Service.
now we're okay. Mm.
At No Name Auto Service, we now sell coolant on the go, where you can just
Ooh.
drive your car and shove a funnel out into the top and just
Mm.
dump coolant in. And that's what
Mm.
we're working with. It's sexy, it's sleek, makes your
Ooh.
car look badass because everybody wants to have a badass car. Ooh. Uh,
Funnels. Mm.
and if you're a lady, your funnel doubles as a P tube.
Ooh.
Don't dump that into your engine though, because that'll be bad. We are not liable for any women peeing into their cars' engines,
Insert
or men
insert.
peeing into
Oh,
their cars' engines,
mm, good
or
point.
theys, or the theys.
The
Nobody
Z's.
pee into your engine. Anyway, with
We just have that man that speaks really fast at the end of the commercials. It's like, we're not responsible for anything related to the being or the in your car.
I'm not gonna even attach our podcast name to it because that was just garbage.
All listeners can get 20% off their funnel at what is the place called? nonameauto.com/unarticulate podcast for 10%. I
I
can't.
was
I
gonna
don't.
say 5%, but good.
For 10% or $5 off on your order.
$5.
That's unarticulatepodcast.com/ I'm doing the opposite as a joke
You
now.
are.
Ha ha ha. I know. I'm so funny.
/ no name auto, and that's it.
Funnels for pee and coolant.
Yep. Gosh.
Someone listened for the first time today, and that same person decided that was enough for me.
Someone was like, they're back on their bullshit, and I can't be a part of
Yep.
this.
Someone decided while driving haphazardly on the interstate, you know what? I would rather get in an accident and try taking this podcast off of my phone than listen to any more.
Oh,
That was something actually we were
yeah.
talking about on my way here. I don't know where this is coming from, but it's happening. So driving down 80 is a similarity, excuse me, that we went through. And every time I drive on 80, I have to listen to my true crime podcast. And we were talking about that.
I didn't have a true crime podcasts weren't a thing when I was in undergrad. So when I drove to and from my undergrad on 80, I listened to music and my own thoughts.
You know, okay. My own thoughts coming through my
My
car
own thoughts.
speaker.
It makes me sound really old.
Back in
Like,
my
look at
day,
this.
we only listened to music and our thoughts. That's not how that works. I'm glad that when
No,
I'm old, I'm gonna be not only am I gonna sound like this, but people are gonna make fun of me and the way I sound by then making it even worse. Like back in my day, I'm like, why am I half sheep? Verbal responses appreciated. Yeah, I know. Uh, oh gosh, what I was gonna. Oh yeah. So remember a couple episodes. I'm hopping everywhere because it's just all coming to my brain. Um,
yes.
Nope, it's gone. Here, no, here it is. You remember how we talked about how people go into bookstores and they feel the urge to poop?
Yes.
Yes. So, I was on TikTok, of course, again, and there was someone who they were doing something, and I
TikTok
can't.
should sponsor us at this point.
I know. They were doing something that is very common, um, and now it's gonna escape me. That like every time you do this, gives you the urge to poop, and now it's gone. Notice how simple minded I am today? Yep, wave. There it goes. Goodbye. Just wave out the window at
I
all of
waved.
the
I waved,
frustration.
but we might not have video this week.
Oh, true. Our video's being
So,
stupid.
in the the crash of today, where we were disappeared for a second, and then Nick, being the loveliest, got us back. We might not have audio, or we might not have video. We have audio. We might not have video.
Yeah. It just came back to me. So it was the opposite. Well, it's not the opposite, but every single time that I turn on the shower, I have to pee. And I don't know if that's just because of like systemically, like, peeing in the shower. I don't know. But I was like, I have to pee every single time that I turn the shower on. Like I suddenly just have the urge to pee.
Interesting.
Yep.
I don't know that I've paid that much attention to that.
You don't know if you peed that much attention? Excuse me as I chew.
I'm gonna leave. I'm leaving the podcast today.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here, ready?
Cody left the podcast. He literally is
Goodbye.
walking. Don't get locked out of your hotel room. Don't get
Goodbye.
locked out of your hotel room. Oh my gosh, he's gonna get locked. He didn't. He didn't leave. He just went into the bathroom.
I'm in the
I don't know. He
bathroom.
might be turning the shower on to
Are you
then
still
have the urge
talking?
to pee. Who knows? It might be an
Hello.
adventure. Now he's back.
No, I am back. What I was gonna say is, imagine. I can't wait to listen to this back later, and then just hear me from the bathroom going, "I'm in the bathroom."
Oh, I didn't hear that at all.
Oh, that means it might not come through. Well,
I literally was like, "Don't get locked out of your hotel room. Don't get locked out of your hotel room." Oh, he's just going into the bathroom. Maybe he's gonna turn the shower on to see if he gets the urge to pee. And that's
stop.
what you missed.
There's things I need to tell you after this about that. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I was trying to add mystery. I feel so bad for the people who live across from me, around me, or walking through the hallways. I have noise cancellation in the headphones that I use, and so I could be super loud right now, and I would never know. And I'm thinking about it. I'm probably screaming this entire time, and people are like, "What's happening next door?"
Who's getting
Mafia paint.
murdered?
Why are they painting with blood?
Why are they peeing in tunnel or funnels?
Why are you peeing in my tunnel? Ew. Wait, nope. Take
Ew, stop
no,
that.
no, no, no. I do not own tunnels.
No.
Wait, hold on. Speaking of tunnels, did you see that marble hornets, which, if you know anything about Slenderman, like the kind of OG people that were doing Slenderman videos on YouTube, so marble hornets, I don't know what happened to their library of tweets. I don't know if they, I know the account didn't get suspended, but there was something at some point where all those tweets were deleted, and now they're re-uploading all of them. So part of me is like, are they doing something with Marble Hornets? Is that coming back? Do you know anything
Oh,
about
maybe.
any of that? Are you a Marble Hornets fan?
So this whole time I thought you were saying Marvel with a V.
No,
hornets, and then in my head I was like, who, what kind of hornets, what kind of demonic bee is now in the
I'm
States
sorry.
again?
Uh,
But then I
Not the
looked
murder
it up.
hornets. No. Yes, they are.
Um,
They are a YouTube series, I guess. Back when YouTube series weren't a thing. Um, is that a no?
I don't know anything about it. I'm looking at it right
Oh,
now.
okay. Yeah, so Marble Hornets, I guess I'm just going to speak all about it. So, Marble Hornets, what they did is they had these short videos literally from, like less than 20 seconds all the way up to like 30 minutes of just almost like found footage style. Think, the Blair Witch Project. Um, and it's all about Slender Man. And they called him the Operator. And
They're
so,
definitely
kind of,
doing a an alternate reality game.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Alternate reality game. So that's like a really big. I know about this
They
because
are
Loey
creating
Lane.
a game?
There. So I know about this because Loey Lane does a lot of like TikTok. I said TikTok weird. TikTok, like the scary side of TikTok, and like does videos
Mhm.
on that on YouTube. And excuse me, alternate reality games. Oh my gosh! Complete side note.
Ugh! All right.
I was on the phone with Courtney last night, and I think I burped or she burped. No, she burped, and I said "bless you" to her, and then immediately followed that up with "I'm now just gonna bless everybody every time they sneeze," and then realized that I had misspoken because that's what you do. You bless people when they sneeze,
Yeah.
and like had a laugh about it. Anyway, that's what me clearing my throat and saying "excuse me" made me
Okay.
think of. Just a
Good.
funny anecdote. But alternate reality games are basically just like fake horror games that you can play. So like remember when I showed you The Sun is Missing?
Yes.
This is what that is.
But just not a
Like
game.
it's not real, but it's an alternate like it's an alternate reality game where like you can interact with the tweets and stuff and like interact with the poster. So it's kind of a
Yeah.
game and it's also like trying to
Right.
figure stuff out, but it's not a real life situation that's happening. So it's an alternate reality.
Right. Yeah. 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 And I guess at some point, like this was live, and this is back like I want to say, I was watching these in high school, and I graduated in 2014. So, like this has to be like 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013 era. Like I'm not really sure. But all those
So
tweets
they
then got deleted. I think they ended in 2015.
so they posted a YouTube video 23 hours ago that they linked to a Twitter post, and when I clicked on the YouTube video, it said the YouTube video was private.
They posted on their YouTube.
Yeah, and then they said the
Oh,
YouTube was private. The video was
I'm
private.
gonna I'm gonna look at that. I'm curious now. Yeah, so I'm not sure what they're trying to do. They tried so now going back and getting out of that sidebar. Um, so I originally watched this way back when, and then I stopped watching them. I actually rewatched the entire series my sophomore, I believe, my sophomore year of college with my roommate and his then girlfriend. We watched the entire 80 some episodes. Very, very enthralling for the time, and I liked it a lot. So again, just curious if this is still going. If they've made new iterations of it, um, in that same, I guess, dimension or that same universe of things happening. They created Ekva and something else. I think it was called Camp Lake something. But
So
anyway,
there is an entry. They're on entry 52, and there is a 14-minute long YouTube video.
right? Yes. Well, that's what I said. They somehow all their tweets got deleted from the past, and they're literally
Yeah.
re-uploading the entire catalog. So there were over 80 some episodes.
But are they the same tweets as they were a year ago, or is this a whole new thing?
This is the same tweets from 2008 to like whatever it is, 2015. Like they're all the
So like
same
still
tweets.
driving, I'm going
Yep.
to try and have entry 25 or
Yep.
entry 52 uploaded tomorrow night.
Right. Yeah. They ended with I think 80 some episodes. And it's
Gotcha.
not, yeah, so they're just re-uploading their entire catalog of tweets into there. Um, yeah. But again, I'm curious, A, why did they get deleted? B, why are they re-uploading if things got deleted? C, what's going on now that they have a new private video on YouTube? I'm extremely curious.
Interesting.
Yes, I definitely recommend, as someone who likes horror, I definitely recommend you watch them. It's very lore good. That's really
It's
poor way to say
very
that.
lore good.
Yes.
I love very lore good.
Oh my gosh. It sounds like you're speaking about a lord. Like, oh yeah, Lord Good. Hey, how's it going? My guy.
Lorde is coming out with a new album. I also
Yeah,
didn't get that text that you sent me.
right. Yeah, I really wanted to like Solar Power or whatever it was called. Um Solar Flare, Solar something. It's already gone in
Is
my
it
head.
out already?
The song?
The
She
album.
No, she released one single from it that was called Solar Flare, Solar Power something. Um
Oh.
And so I am a very large fan of Jack Antonoff. I feel like I talked about him before. He's produced Lord's second album, Melodrama, and they're consistently working together. He also produced slash is producing music for Taylor Swift. Um, Lana Del Rey. Um, Who's Mass Seduction? That was an album. Saint Vincent. And then The Chicks. He's done production with. So I love him a lot. This new song, no, probably not going to download it to be honest. I didn't
Is he a
like it
part
that
of the
much.
new song?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I'll
I
have
mean,
to listen
other
to
than
it later.
not just the production, like he isn't like a guest vocalist or anything like that, or a
Yeah.
featured vocalist. But yeah, it's in the same vein of things. He's just producing it, and I do like. I mean, sadly, I do kind of like the beat ish, but I also don't. Like it's just very,
I'll listen to it.
yeah, it's interesting.
Like interesting like her first sound was or
Interesting in a bad way, for me
okay.
at least.
All right.
Um,
I'll listen to it.
I'm like, sorry. If you like it, you like it. But maybe I will say maybe it's more in the same way that folklore for Taylor Swift is very different, but kind of similar, but not. I feel like this kind of has that same type of. It's getting into that like almost witchy, but think like midsummer movie, but like beachy, if that makes sense.
So Lana Del Rey.
I don't listen to Lana. He does production for Lana. I don't know if I said that, but yeah, no, I don't really listen to her. I'm not a big fan of that like raspy, quiet whisper type of thing that she does. That's not really my cup of tea. All right, you know
So
what?
far it's
Here,
really chill and there's a lot of guitar.
I was gonna say. So we're back. You listened to it. What are your feels?
I didn't hate it. I definitely see what you said, like when you talked about it sounding midsummery, like the movie Midsummer. Because it has that kind of like travel happy vibe of like the actual Midsummer Festival or like Midsummer event with the May, like the maypole, is a happy thing that happens, not a murderous thing that happens, but like there's a light, carefree part of it. I almost wonder if this album is going to be so we had her like oh my gosh, melodrama was
Mm,
basically dealing with a breakup and like the aftermath of like processing that breakup and navigating through that because
yeah,
it ends with what the fuck are perfect spaces anyway and
mm,
just like a and for me that's
I
just
like
like
that
oh
song.
yeah like this is life is what
Yeah.
it is and we make our own space um where this one like definitely focused on there's like a romantic energy to it but it also has a good like summertime driving with your windows down feel
Hmm.
um the end the part that you don't really like the solar power part at the end I felt the vibe makes me think of like It's a mix of Prince and George Michael, like George Michael's
Yeah,
Freedom.
yeah.
Like that's kind of the energy that the end has.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't. I kind of, I guess, could see where you're getting like the windows down summary thing. I see it more like midnight bonfire, like almost like scary story type of that simplistic guitar type of like
Mm.
that. Again, it's almost that like light raspy whisper, and like explosion of bonfire. Is where that solar power piece is, and it's like they're almost I almost want to think like 70s style, like hippie, irrational, like high style dancing and like doing this type of thing and just like free bodied movement
I definitely see
celebration.
her wearing
Yeah,
bell bottoms.
yeah, yeah. That's kind of,
But
yeah. It's different.
yeah, I didn't hate it. I definitely think it's definitely different. Like you said, it's different from her style normally because it just starts open with it's just her and a guitar basically with
Yeah,
some background sound.
yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
ASMR. We can't get through an episode if there's no ASMR in it.
I know.
I
All
was like
right.
I was
Well,
like, are we wrapping stuff up?
just like a Christmas present, we don't need to make this holiday
In
season.
July.
Just like a birthday present, you
I was
get
almost went
something
to Candle in the
disappointing.
Wind.
Just like a candle in the wind, you get someone a depressing gift that they don't like, you wrap it up, smack a gift card in it, and then send it out. I don't know. Thank you all
Happy
for
birthday.
listening. No, no, no.
Your birthday's coming up.
Am I
Shush.
going to end this? What? Well, thank you all so much for listening. If you're joining us over on the podcast side of things, over on Apple Podcasts or Stitcher or wherever you listen to your podcast, thank you so much.
If you're
Please
trying
leave.
to catch YouTube, it might not be there.
True. Uh, now I lost my train of thought. Please leave a like, a review. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. Now I have hiccups.
If
But
you
other
have a
than
made up thing that you want us to make an ad for,
yes, right, right. And if you can follow us on Instagram at Unarticulate Podcast. You can also follow us at our own our own podcast. All right, I'm done. All right, it was great talking to you all. See you all next week. Goodbye,
bye.
bye, bye.